podcast. Why am I messing up every time as I start out? This doesn't always happen. I don't always mess up. It's just here recently. I've been thinking so much about the name, and I'm just so excited as well that I'm like messing up my name. But this is the Humming Pod podcast, and this is your host. Yeah, I messed up. I kind of messed up again because I want to call it the Humming Podcast, and I keep over saying it. So thank y'all so much for listening. Thank y'all for who y'all are. Y'all are so awesome, so sweet. And this is a true blessing. This is just a blessing to be sharing my message with you guys and just being my expressive self as I continue to educate in women's history, men's history, black history, American history, and continue my growth as I continue to grow in this world, building my brand, building my business, and continuing to push the message of humans of the ocean, humans of the ocean. You know how I'm coming. You know what it is. It's universal. You know, I got the degree and I'm steady, continuously working. Right now I'm actually reading some work based on the author Isabel Allende, born in Lima, Peru on August the 2nd, 1942. It's been a little while since I've done some women's history, and I know it doesn't have to be super long. It doesn't have to be at all. But I got to the point where I just was enjoying the work, and I just want to continue this work. I never want to let you guys down, and I just thank y'all for, you know, just just what you do. You make it happen in your own life. Everybody doesn't see it, but I just thank you for what you do. For you are awesome, you are worthy, you are incredible. Continue to keep going and push forward. You know how that is. You know how that work is. It's kind of tough, but you worthy. And as I continue to work, I will continue to think about how awesome y'all are, because without y'all, this place or this America would not be the same. So this woman says, following her parents' divorce, she lived first with her grandparents in Santiago and later with her mother and stepfather in Europe and the Middle East. She returned to Chile as a young woman and began her career as a television and newsreel journalist and as a writer for the Feminist Journal. In 1973, Allende found herself at the center of Chile's turbulent political life when her uncle and godfather, the country's Marxist president Salvador Allende, was assassinated during a military coup. In the months that followed, Allende worked to oppose the new dictatorship head by General Pinochet, Pinochet until fears for her safety led Allende to move to Venezuela with her husband and two children. Okay, so this woman had she had an activist's life, a fighter's life, and it says Allende brings a feminist perspective to the traditions of Latin American literature. She was active in children's literature, long fiction, short fiction, and many other smaller works. She had a couple novels that marked her career. So she had four novels based on this book that I'm studying. One in 1991, one in 1987, one in 1984, and one in 1982. She was born in 1942. So if she wrote a novel in 1982, that means that book was written at 40 years old. So, or published at 40 years old. In English translation, 1985. And that book was called House of Spirits. And another book that she wrote, 94 or 84, of Love and Shadows. Huh. And these works are in two different books. The first book is out of the work I've been holding on to for quite a while, and it's called American Ethnic Writers. And then the second is a book of it's a scholastic book called The Story and Its Writers, and has many different short stories inside of it. and it goes elaborately through them, through these, you know what it is. And so that's a little bit of her woman's history here. You know how that goes, and that's beautiful. And we can't cease to be thankful for those who write. These are works of, I believe, fiction, and she's telling the images of what it's like, what a life is like, what a life is like through her eyes. And here it also says that her mother remarried another diplomat, and her adolescence was spent in Bolivia. And in 1970, her father's first cousin, Dr. Salvador Allende Gasson, became the first Marxist Leninist to be freely elected as president of Chile. So, in 1981, after the death of her grandparents, she began to write her first work of long fiction. Okay. And this was the internationally acclaimed novel, The House of Spirits, internationally acclaimed. So, as we look there, we just continue to gather information and enjoy the little time that we have here. We got time, and so that's the beautiful thing. Her short story here that's titled "An Act of Vengeance." It is roughly 4 pages. So if you would like for me to read that, I wouldn't mind rushing through it. But just let me know what you are feeling. If you are feeling that, then we can get that and make that happen for sure. I definitely wouldn't mind. Why not? Why not? I wouldn't mind. And this is just me giving you a little bit of a take on what I study, what I see, because yesterday we did the podcast over Black Tuesday, which was it was on Tuesday, the 29th of October, which represents the greatest depression, the first Great Depression in this country, and or the first depression, the Great Depression in this country, where the stock market crashed, and that's what that represents. And that was Tuesday, and so that's what we talked about. Today's Wednesday, the 30th, and I just want you guys to know that these things matter. These dates and times, it matters. You know, it's really important, and that's why. And I'm also happy that I was able to discover this new little way to stream to Facebook. It's not streaming my video quality, which is okay. I say it's okay. I can't be mad. I mean, I am streaming and able to talk to you all, but it's not getting my video. So that kind of confuses me because I do pay for the services. So I'm like, I pay for this, yet it's not giving me top dollar quality. I don't like that at all. I would like something I pay for. I would like to, I pay for it. If you pay for something, you want it to work out and you want it to work. You want it to work. You don't want it to just be, you know. But yeah, this is we talked about a woman from Chile, Isabella Allende, Isabellende. You will be able to see this name. You will have I'll put some links to some information about her work, maybe a couple of her books from Amazon or through some other sites that I may find, and you'll be able to see some of her stuff. So you'll realize how awesome she was. She was pretty dope. She wasn't just somebody out here just you know self-proclaiming. She was actually proclaimed by others that she was worth it. She was worth a read, worth time. She's not the I just so happened to find her in these two books. So I was like, you know what? I'm a big fan of women's history. Women are powerful. So let me give this woman her flowers as on this podcast because we're better to get your flowers than on the Humming Podcast. We're better to get your flowers than the Humming Podcast because this is the humans of the Ocean Science Podcast. We are the what make up the ocean. We are the fish in the sea. That was my message. We are the fish in the sea. All of these different people, we make up this world. We make up the world, but we're American people. So we make up America. And so she's a part of it. She moved to Los Angeles. But we are the fish in the sea. We make up this ocean, and your ideas are valuable and others' ideas are valuable. But what they call it these days, gatekeeping. I'm not here to gatekeep. I'm here to expand. I'm here to share, whether it be business ideas, stocks, bonds, trading, reading, art creation. I'm here for it. I'm here for the expansion because one day we won't even be able to do this stuff. One person I want to give a huge shout out to, and he's somebody I don't know, but his name is Bob Ross. And as I look at a picture of a beautiful sky with some trees and lake and all the beautiful things working together, I think about his work. He was really good at keeping deep and interesting things simple. You see, he it looks so deep and articulate and interesting, and like, man, I couldn't do this ever. But he kept it simple so people could understand the simplicities of it. So if you've never seen Bob Ross, go check him out on YouTube. Look up some of his stuff, and you'll be like, "Oh, that's who Bob Ross is. That's what he come. That's what he does." And you will be able to, you know, get a better understanding of what it means to be open and free minded. Because he was free, he was open, and he shared what he knew, and he continued to. And they said his show had over 400 episodes, I believe. And I met him because of a friend. So yeah, that's dope and that's powerful. And here I'm just looking on X, and I just see this one girl. She's a artist, very pretty, and very pretty artist. I follow ugly artists as well. Don't get me wrong. She might be ugly too. Who knows? I mean, I just say she's pretty because she's smiling, so she looks happy. So if you're happy, you're pretty. If you're happy, you're smiling, pretty. It don't matter. If it's not about judging a person based on looks. You're pretty because you're happy. That's all that matters. And I think that's a good note to end on as we do another episode of Women's History. You guys have a fantastic day. My name is Kavasi Gervin. This is the Humming Podcast, and I won't be messing that up too many more times. I'll see y'all later. Talk to y'all later. Check us out and enjoy this.